Hey, what's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be taking a joyride. Kidding. I'm going to be talking about this wireless media remote called the JoyRide. And just like last time, my last video, I'll be testing this while riding my Ducati. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Alright, so let's get into it. See what comes in the box. Just a few things. That's why it's such a small box, but basically the point of this is that you can control your music on your motorcycle, bicycle, or something like that while you're riding using Bluetooth. So the way this acts is almost like it acts as if it's a keyboard. So when you see this Bluetooth piece, you could actually still use something like a headset to listen to the music, and then the JoyRide you're using as like a keyboard to control it. So pretty basic. Your volume controls, play, pause, your tracks, super thin, and they provide a couple ways of mounting it. This right here is sort of like reminds me of like the old ring pop candies, where you could go on and just clip the actual keyboard to the clip and then this onto your handlebar. That's pretty much all I use, but there's different ways as well. A couple other options. One, an adhesive that comes with it. Also a tether, which I haven't used. And I must have taken it out of the box, but they also had some adhesive that you could put inside of the ring here that comes included, but I chose not to use that. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you now how I mount this onto my Ducati. Okay, so as you can see, I'll back up a little bit, but here's the handlebar to my Ducati, and there's this extra space right here. So I got lucky because I've seen some where the controls take up a lot of your handlebar with the case of the 959. Plenty of space here to put it on. So this right here, just clip onto here, and that's it. I've been using this for maybe about 6 months, maybe a little bit less, and I've had no problem with it becoming loose or moving around or anything like that. It's been pretty solid. And the buttons are actually, they're slightly raised. Don't know if you could tell from here, from this image. So when you're wearing your motorcycle gloves, you can actually feel them, no problem. And they're actually somewhat sensitive too, but not oversensitive to the point where you're accidentally pressing buttons when you don't feel like it. But you don't have to put a whole lot of pressure onto the buttons when you're changing the music track or pausing or whatnot. Now, part of the reason why I got this, well, for one, I like to listen to music, and some people might argue, like, why would you want to listen to music while you're riding? You know, you should be listening to your bike, whatnot. But to be honest with you, I like the combination of both. I can hear the music, I can hear the bike, and I know on one occasion I've come across other riders and they're trying to talk to me at a stop sign or stoplight, and I can't hear them. I can't reach my phone to change the music or pause it. I can't reach my headset to pause it either. Boom, just pause that and you're able to hear on the fly. And it's I feel like it's not a distraction. It's not like you're constantly moving things around anyways, because usually I put on a nice playlist and I barely touch it, but every once in a while I might want to change the track. So there's that. Now the setup I use, I have this LG headset right here, which I could always review later on, but I use this goes around my neck, earbud goes in, stays on, no problems with that. This one's the sport kind, so it doesn't flex too much, because in the past I've used the ones that flex a lot, which is ideal for running or cycling, but not for motorcycling. And the reason is, with this different one, the wind won't blow it around as much, whereas on the ones that are a little bit more looser, I've actually wore those where on the motorcycle it'll completely flip and it's like constantly hitting my helmet and whatnot. So anyways, with that being said, I use this in the in the in the helmet. And then just control that. And like I said earlier, it acts like a keyboard, so you can have them both hooked onto your Bluetooth. And the way, as you can see with this, there's really not much to it. There's, it's just the buttons here. You can take the battery out of here, and from what I think from what I read, the battery should last you years if you're using it normally. And as you can see at the top, the little blue light by the volume, right there, my music started playing. So yeah, I'll show you on my phone. So there it is, pause. So fairly easy to set up. Once your Bluetooth is on and it's set up, and all you have to do is press any button on there, it'll connect on its own, and from there you could just kind of test it, make sure it actually is connected to the phone, that your volume controls are working and whatnot. So I'll just kind of read off the box some of the things. So compatible with iOS, Android, most wireless things with Bluetooth. It has a range of about 40 feet. And I mentioned earlier that the battery should last you a few years. It's actually a 2-year battery life is what they're saying if you use it normally. You're not constantly using it every single day, which in my case, I'm using this maybe once or twice a week. And, like pressing button is not going to use the battery up too much or anything like that. And the Bluetooth itself doesn't use much battery as well. And I got this on Amazon, I believe. And can't remember the price, but it wasn't too expensive. Yeah, arrived pretty much small packaging like this, and you're able to plug and play pretty quickly. I think there was something in the tab that you had to release in order for the battery to start working. And that was it. So pretty simple. I've left it out in the sun a couple of times as well. It didn't have any problems there. And yep. So now got to take it out on a ride.